Hi guys, this is Backlog97 and I'm back with another one of my figure reviews, and today I'm reviewing the Spider-Man Night figure with webline from the Amazing Spider-Man concept series of figures. Now, the new Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man, takes you back to the beginning of Spider-Man's life when he's still Peter Parker and he's just been, attacked by a spider and he's got the powers and stuff, sort of thing. Well, they've kind of rewritten it as how it was originally. He can climb walls and have super fast reflexes, but he doesn't actually have the web from his wrists like the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man. The actor being Tobey Maguire playing him. And actually I do prefer this version of Spider-Man because he has these sort of things on his wrists, and because he's really clever, he's created it so when he does this thing with his fingers, it fires the web. And the web is actually created by the spiders. But if you've watched the film, you'll know what I'm on about. So basically, I'm here to talk about the figure rather than the film. So here's the figure. It's it's a movie version of the figure. Kind of. If you look at the picture there, you can see Spider-Man. And that's how he looks in the movie. Now there is a straight up Spider-Man, which I'm very proud of, the fact that they've done that, where he's got, the suit on and he's got lots of articulation. But what I don't like is the fact that the articulation, although there's lots of it, they're very weak looking joints. But I'm here to review this figure. So, as it's part of the concept series, it isn't exactly how Spider-Man looks, but it does have iconic details of the movie version. He has the same head sort of sculpt of the eyes and stuff. Same spider, just not black. The gloves are pretty much the same. The colours are different, and then the boots and stuff are different, and he's got all this cool armour. Now, I chose this figure because I thought, wow, that's cool. Still, I must admit, I'm not that happy with these figures. I would have preferred them to have been, like the Avengers figures. The Avengers figures are really good, but even those are just okay, some of them. And I feel they've kind of rushed these figures a little. But, at the end of the day, it's a figure, it's Hasbro, and it's part of the collection. So, yeah. So, let's just take a look at the packaging first. You've got this very nice picture of the figure with the motion there. And then this very nice picture of Spider-Man at the top. And then on the back here, it shows you both of the different attachments. And then it's got these different Spider-Man figures. Now, this lizard figure is actually really, really hard to find. I've probably seen it once. And I'm going to go out tomorrow and see if I can get another one. And then I'll review that. And then this Spider-Man figure here. He's quite good, but he's not like the movie one. And then this one is basically a straight-up Spider-Man from the film. But this isn't the most articulated variant. The most articulated variant doesn't come with any accessories whatsoever. He's just Spider-Man. Which, to be fair, Spider-Man doesn't need accessories to be awesome, because Spider-Man is pretty cool. But in my opinion, Spider-Man is actually, a proper kid's character. Even though he is possibly one of the most popular figures and characters ever. But Batman is still my favourite. Either way, let's review the figure. So the figure has, a lot of basic articulation, but a lot more than the Mattel Batman figures. Which, to be fair, Batman doesn't need loads of articulation to be awesome. But, still. Articulation's always cool. So, he's got this ball-jointed head, which is nice. Yeah, very stiff, but movable. Just a swivel arm, rather than the other figures, which they have the whole 360 degrees, as well as the outward movement as well. You've got a swivel here, and then up and down. No wrist articulation. There's a waist articulation, which is very, very loose on a swivel. Poor. Don't like that. With the Avengers, they haven't done waist articulation for most of them. And I was kind of happy with that fact. Is there waist articulation? It's not, is there? No, it's not. Which I kind of preferred that, because I think either, with the waist articulation or the ab crunches, it kind of weakens the figure. But I'll talk a little bit more about that later. This arm, this just has the 360 degrees and nothing else. Then the legs move up and down. Bend at the knee, also with a swivel. Brilliant joint there. They're very strong joints with Hasbro. The type of joints that you just think, they're not going to snap. And then no other articulation at the boot. So, the main point of this figure is kind of this web slinging gimmick thing. It's on, like, if you bought the original Batman figures from the Batman Begins movie, you had the gun, that stretches out further than I thought. One of those, and then it zips back, which is exactly the same with this figure, pretty much. You grab this here and you pull that out, and then you could hook it onto something, and then he'd zip back. Which, yeah, that's pretty cool, It's like he's actually spinning his web. So, yeah, that's a pretty nice idea. Then you've got also a second attachment, which is this web thing that would attach to like a window or something. And the way it works is, if I can get it out again, which it's not easy at all. It's on this like little pin thing, which is actually quite similar to the way that Batman's head's been stuck on. And then you'd put that in the socket, and it'd be attached like that. So yeah, nice figure, nicely detailed, it's quite good. At the end of the day, it was cheap, already reduced, so you can obviously tell that they're not being, sold very quickly. Recommended age is 4+. It's by Hasbro, once again, the regular Marvel figure supplier. So let's do a size comparison. This is the original Spider-Man figure from the first movie, which had about 30 different points, probably about 20 points of articulation, which was a very nice figure, probably one of the best, but very loose joints, apart from on the arms. And then there's this odd-looking Spider-Man 3 figure, and the size has changed. The figure of the first Spider-Man, this one here, that was actually by the Toy Biz company, which did Marvel before Hasbro. And then this Spider-Man on the right is the very first Spider-Man figure that Hasbro actually did for the movies. But out of the three, I think I prefer this one, because he has a web slinging thing. So yeah, to be fair, I'll give him his credit. He's actually quite a nice figure. So yeah, I would pick one of these up. I would recommend it, actually. He's got this nice backpack. Already the paint's come off. You can see that. Which, that's a shame. Unless it wasn't on there in the first place, which probably wasn't. Yeah. So yeah, nice figure. Probably quite nicely detailed. It's got better detail than the other figures, I think, this one. And then he's got this really cool thing. And I think he's out of here. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my figure review. I'll be back with a few more figure reviews very soon. I'll also be reviewing the Iron Man 2 figures. Yep, I know, old film. But the figures have pretty much only just been released over here. So yeah, so thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next reviews. See ya!